This is live radio, so you know it's live. So the number is 646-797-3106 on Vet Chat Show, live here on Nightline. And we're having a couple of people that are on the panel that I was already pre-introducing, talking about the technology and the Applet development with Gloo and Tango Group. Who do we have on the line? Introduce yourself.
Hi, Trent. This is Shelon Douglas.
Hey, Shelon. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll go right down the line.
Well, my name is Shelon Douglas, and I am a businesspreneur where we specialize in business development and technology development for small business owners. And we're looking very forward to working on this project with you and others and this wonderful opportunity in building a mobile application.
Thank you, Shelon. Welcome to Vet Chat Show. Who else do we have on the line here that's on this panel?
Hi, Trent. This is Lisa Paige. I am with Fathers and Family Coalition of America. I am employed by Partnership for Community Action Head Start Early Head Start program, and I am the Parent Involvement Coordinator or Parent Involvement Manager. And what we do is we do family support activities, we get resources, and we do male involvement activities.
Excellent. And from what I understand with my engineer, Bat, also a veteran that's in the booth, tells me that there's one more person on the line. Who might that be? Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, Trent. This is James Rodriguez, CEO of Fathers and Families Coalition of America in Phoenix, Arizona. How are you doing today?
Wonderful. And I thank you so much for calling in. James Rodriguez, CEO. He's also, for Fathers and Families Coalition, is also a veteran as well. And we're going to be easy on James because, from my understanding, my brother from another mother just came through some dental surgery, so we won't stress him too much. And you feel free to chime in whenever you need be. I like to start off with letting the audience know a little bit about this new venture. For either one of you on the panel, would anyone like to discuss what is happening here in terms of this applet development?
Well, one of the things that we're going to do, we have 50 affiliates throughout the United States and 4 international. And with the growth of the use of technology, particularly when you suggested I utilize means of social media, this year alone we've had the opportunity to engage consumers or end users from over 87 nations, including one who's going to start a Fathers and Families Coalition in Zimbabwe because he's watched all of our promotion products online on live stream, and another gentleman came all the way from Japan to go to one of our summer regional institutes because of similar interaction, and one from Australia. But this is an opportunity for us to bridge the digital divide between taking our content from interacting with customers in agencies in live settings along with our websites, which are fine. There's nothing wrong with having a hub or portal, but this is going to take it to our smartphones as our relationship has grown. Tango Relationship Initiatives approached me in early spring to come out to be one of their champions, and they've selected organizations to be considered champion organizations and individuals, and they selected Fathers and Families Coalition of America as one of the champion organizations, which this allows all of our affiliates to go underneath our umbrella and to develop a few different concepts. So the goal is to help develop relationships and promote positive relationships, whether it's between a spouse or couple or those who are dating or parent to child or just like ourselves, colleagues. So through the first phase, and I'm going to let everyone else talk the majority of it for the rest, is that we're going to be on the cutting edge for any fatherhood and family engagement professional development organization, I think, in the world, because we're going to have the first fatherhood application or app for fathers and mothers. I don't want to give out too much information, along with our conference one, and then the next one that we're going to do is military dad, and we'll go down the order of probably 12 apps by the end of August 2013, all intended to help bridge information to our consumers, whether they're parents, practitioners, policymakers, researchers. And we're not going to just have it focus on local communities. It's going to be local, which is fine, but international as well.
I see that we have another caller that just came in, so if you're still there, would you like to introduce yourself? Last caller that just came in?
Hi, my name is Ron Carnegie.
Hey, Ron Carnegie. Could you introduce yourself, please?
How you doing? I have an organization called Just a Fad. It stands for Fathers and Daughters.
Okay.
And Ron Carnegie is one of our colleagues, and I'm going to champion him up. It's good to hear your voice down in Fresno, California.
All right.
And he's going to be under Robin Wright King, our Detroit executive director of Detroit Fathers and Families Coalition. And Ron, and I'd like him to talk about fathers and daughters as well. They're going to be developing some great opportunities for our national campaign. Second Saturday of June, we're going to launch a Fathers Take Your Daughters on a Date, which will complement, not be but will complement our application. So, Ron, it's great to hear your voice.
Okay. Ron, thank you so much for joining. And I did put up a clip, just a little bit as a preview of some comedy, as we mentioned, from David Edwards. But I'd like to get to Lisa, since she's on the line and joining us, and then also get back to Shelon Douglas so we have some sense of structure, what's happening here. Lisa, since you are with a Head Start program, and she is great with logistics and development and did not necessarily have as much program experience, maybe she could talk a little bit about how that experience has been for her and explain a little bit about how that applet works.
Okay, well, thank you, Trent. So when you think about, mobile apps and creating them, it can be very daunting for someone who is not as technically up to date or savvy as myself. I'm definitely a face-to-face kind of person and hands-on. And so I was a bit apprehensive about, just to find out what it was that they were going to ask me to do. How can I be supportive in this technological arena? And after going through this introductory training and getting up to speed on the Gloo platform and the apps that are going to be using that we're going to be using and creating, it was very very user friendly, very easy to get into, very easy to see just how we can use technology to support fathers and daughters and that whole entire family, the whole entire family structure. It was not extremely, once you learn basically the 5 basic rules of it, it's just, a matter of putting the information into the right base, the right system, and then moving from that point. But what is so exciting about this, not only is it easy to use and easy to develop, but what's so exciting is that we'll be able to reach so many families. Everybody has pretty much a smartphone. They've got some kind of a tablet, iPad, Android. They've got a laptop or computer at home that they can get into and that they can interact. So even, for your audience, Trent, who might be overseas and they've got family back here, they can still take their daughter on a date, because they can interact through the computer or through the smartphone. And in the previous segment, I know you were talking about just the importance of that connection, and the female veteran that you had on, and she was just talking about connecting with her daughter. So it is very, very important. And one of the things that the end users, the fathers and the daughters, will be able to do is just connect very easily. For example, there could be there could be a dinner date, and you can have someone who's overseas or on the other side of the country, or just in another state, or maybe they're on a business trip, and they could say, okay, well, we're going to make spaghetti tonight. And if they have access to cameras on their phones, then they can watch each other make it, or they can make it and they can still eat together and have a conversation. But it's that kind of give and take that the applet allows people to use compared to a website. You can go in and you can say, tell me, what do I know about my daughter? What do I know about my father? Right? And it's a game, but it's a survey, and it's information is connecting, and they can do it and just increase their conversation and their level of bonding with one another. So, end users, the general population can go in and just find out information and resources. Like you said, your daughter's soon to be a tween. So what is it that I know about being a tween girl? Well, you don't know anything about it because you were never one, but you can, possibly go into our apps and find out, okay, for fathers who have tween daughters, what is my daughter going through? How can we connect? And you can get that kind of information from these applets. And so it's based on what information we put in, and we just put it right at your fingertips. And so it just takes the headache and the worry and the stress and strain out of, being able to get information.
That was a wonderful way to put it, and thank you so much, Lisa. And Shelon, in life, who says life can't be fun and games? My experience with Shelon is just in that area of bringing this mobile applet to life, working on engagement, and also with her company, Web Intelligence, playing a huge role in working with Fathers and Families Coalition in partnership, powered by Gloo, and support from Tango. There was a game element involved that involves adventure and engagement. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your concept of that?
Sure, Trent, and thank you. And I just have to say before getting started, I think Lisa did a wonderful job, especially she said she's not technically savvy, but when you listen to her, it's like, is she sure?
No,
so that was wonderful, Lisa.
She
but,
is.
Yes, in reference to speaking about the father and daughter date adventure, gaming for the mobile application is really going to be exciting. We're having a lot of fun with being involved in this mobile application project, and I just think that for a father and daughter to go on some type of date adventure, or even between spouses, being able to invite one another to go on a date adventure, and out of that date adventure, between the end users, the one who invites is actually the one who sets the rules to the date adventure, and making it sort of like a mystery or treasure hunt, or any type of involvement to where giving out pieces to the puzzle while you're on that date adventure, and while one is on the adventure taking pictures to make sure, going back and forth and building an album collage of the different types of pieces to the date adventure, and having those memorable moments, going back and forth to let the other know, or giving alerts through the mobile application through this gaming process to say, here, I've completed step number 1, and here's the picture to prove it to you, and going back and forth. And then so once you get to the end of that date adventure, then you wind up in the same place, or you wind up actually going to that actual particular date that you have either with your daughter or your spouse, and that can lead up to who knows where. So if you want to do some type of adventure to do a surprise trip, or a nice restaurant, or go to a movie or anything like that, just the process of doing the gaming between one another and making it having a mystery and exciting, which actually, that's what keeps our relationships going, is when you can have fun, excitement, enjoying those loving experiences. And then on top of that, being able to have memorable moments to be able to either download and make a actual album, a collage of all your pictures on all the different date adventures that you've had, and going back and forth. So, whether it's between father and daughter, or spouse, or couples, or anything like that, being able to have that coming together, that interaction, and that engaging, and how you're doing it both through mobile technology, which that's what everybody nowadays, no matter where you go. For example, I just came from my daughter's Christmas performance, and I kid you not, the majority of the audience sitting there pulled out their mobile phones and they're videotaping, or their iPads, and they're videotaping the whole performance. And so, to go about being able to have a date adventure through a mobile application that will either lead you to your computer or iPad, or to a physical place. So in other words, I'm saying from technology to an actual physical location. is actually awesome because you're using what the world has evolved into today, which is technology, but you're still being able to come closer together socially and kind of reignite, that excitement, what it's like to go out on dates again as a family or as a couple or as between father and daughter and so on and so forth. Being able to bridge healthy relationships and using what the world is using today, but still ultimately ending in a place to where that date adventure led you to where it was fun, exciting, and memorable, which is really, really important. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun building these different applets. I think especially for military dads or veterans, period, fathers and daughters, moms and sons or daughters. I think this is going to be a wonderful experience to still be able to, like Lisa said, whether you are in another country, another state, or on a business trip. I mean, it's just fun and exciting to still be able to have some type of communication, be it socially or through technology. This is going to be a wonderful gaining process to help bridge healthy relationships.
And I agree.
So,
I think that thank you for that. And I agree because this is going to be a great wonderful platform by having something like Gloo, powered by Gloo with Tango Group, because it's creating an affordable way to, number one, create something that in the past has been very traditionally expensive to do. To be able to do something that you normally have needed a lot of technological experience, and number three, to be able to engage the target audiences and our children in a way that we can address them not only in the household, which they may be there for a specific period of time, but also outside the household continuously, and not only within the United States, but overseas. It's very important for military members as they deploy and redeploy and may not be there for their families during these times, and we recognize the troops that aren't there that are not able to be within the household of their family, but they can do something. And creating this applet is a wonderful way to be able to keep those families together so soldiers and CLS could continually serve and keep serving and stay connected and keep morale up. Is very vital to the country, to the family, to all concerned, because America's veterans is everyone's business. So we thank the members of the panel and also Dr. Naviar, who is not with us in person today. She is here in spirit and is playing a huge role as well. We cannot forget her presence as well, and James Rodriguez for the vision, and also Scott for the opportunity to work. We're very excited. We're all very equally excited because we know what this means, and not only just dividing in bridging the digital gap, but also the intergenerational gap, because this platform allows us to document moments and work with other areas and build synergy towards that. For example, Scott, which held the 3-day event training up in Rome, also is the owner of Ancestry.com. And these moments, as Shelon Douglas had mentioned, and working with children can be a learning experience to create footage where you can have ancestry trees or family trees, and put this footage or these moments to be able to pass down and share and bridge the intergenerational gap, where you could see possibly populating this with content where now you create a history where children can engage with grandparents and great-grandparents and pass it down from generation to generation and legacy, and learn about each other, starting with the nuclear family but extended family. So I'm excited. I could go on and on about it, but that's all the time that we have for today. But before I go, and I wanted to share with the panel, because they may not have heard the earlier announcement I made earlier in the show, is I'm gonna get my daughter a dog for holidays.
Wow.
She's so smart. She gave me a short list of what she want, and there was no other option. It's like, that's it. And they're laughing because they know I have medical issues and other things that I have to consider in terms of medical issues, in terms of financial issues, and what that all means. But the most important thing is that the love conquers all, and I truly love my daughter. And if there's any statement that we go out to say, going out on a limb, no matter how I felt, I'm getting my daughter a dog.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
So pray for me. Pray for me, but I may need a dog sitter from time to time. So all of y'all that tried to convince me, yes, because it's out of love. And I thank everyone for being involved in today's episode of Vets Chat Show. It's been a wonderful, engaging experience on talking about relationships, family, and I thank our call-ins, I thank our guests, and most importantly, just as well, I thank you, the audience, for being a part and taking the time to be with us today, in addition to recognizing all the staff and work and hard work that goes into Vets Chat Show. Thank you, everyone. Remember to stay tuned for next week's episode. We're here at Friday at Nightline from the hours of 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The call-in number is 646-797-3106, and that's the call-in number for future shows. And I am your host, Trent Love, signing off today with another episode of Vets Chat Show. Happy holidays, everyone, and God bless. Take care.
Happy holidays.
All right.
Happy holidays. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nightline Radio. HD.